For Leicester City fans, that first game of the Premier League season against Tottenham Hotspur is the event that everyone is truly looking forward to. That game beginning to creep up with 3 weeks to go until the first ball of the campaign is kicked. But for now, work still to be done. And after taking on League One opposition midweek, City have swapped the Shrews for the Sicilians as Italian side Palermo provide the latest test for the Foxes. Leicester boss Steve Cooper said there was a lot he liked about Wednesday's display against Shrewsbury and also a lot he didn't. But he also said post-match that the squad is a jigsaw puzzle he's looking to solve. So let's take a look at the pieces he's put out there tonight to start against the Italians. Four changes from the win at Shrewsbury last time out then for Leicester City. Caleb Okoli scored an unfortunate own goal on Wednesday night after coming on as a sub, but City's new Italian defender in from the start tonight against the Sicilians. Mads Hermansen back involved, the goalkeeper part of Denmark's squad for the Euros that lost in the last 16 to Germany. Harry Winks had a loan spell in Italy 2 seasons ago, whilst it could be a first chance for Bobby De Cordova-Reid in a Foxes shirt as he's on the bench. For Palermo, a win and a draw so far in pre-season. They've been training at Manchester City for the last few days and getting geared up for what they hope will be a return to Serie A for the first time in 7 years. That win was a narrow one coming against Monza at the weekend, and the only goal of the game was scored by centre-forward Federico Di Francesco. In the heart of the pitch, Filippo Ranocchia has pedigree, having come through at Juventus, whilst Roberto Insigne is expected to provide the guile out wide. 5 new signings in total for Palermo this summer, 4 of those players on the bench in Chesterfield tonight. Well, Jerry, Leicester know the task ahead of them in the Premier League next season. But before they can think about that game against Spurs, they have to think about getting the hard yards done in pre-season.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's vitally important in these pre-season games that, you know, you're giving the manager exactly what he wants, or as close to exactly what he wants as possible, instead of the technical side of the game. And then obviously they've got all the fitness staff in the background measuring every yard that they run. So, you know, there's no hiding place for the players in regards to getting their own levels of fitness up to where they should be.
24 days to go until the Premier League curtain raiser against Spurs, and every single one of those days is going to be important as Leicester build up to that return to the top flight. It's a sluggish start though, which sees the visitors Palermo with the first effort on goal. Dario Saric with the effort.
It was just a loose pass, wasn't it?
Well, that can happen in pre-season. I suppose it's all about getting that out of your system now and not against Tottenham. In their opening 6 games of the Premier League season, a tricky start. Does look to ease up a little on paper heading into the autumn. Games against fellow promoted sides in Southampton and Ipswich, heading into October and November. I suppose there's a couple of ways you can look at things. Playing those bigger clubs early on gives you a good opportunity to get some points on the board, especially if things get tough towards the back end of the season.
Yeah, it's a good time to play. You know, if you're going to, well, all 3 of them teams you've just mentioned finished, you know, high up the way. In Europe. I know Arsenal, Tottenham didn't, but Arsenal and Villa. So it's probably the best time of the season to play them, you would have thought.
Insigne just fancied it on the half turn, trying to angle it towards that far corner. He's a lively player cutting in off that right hand side.
It's good work from the fullback.
Decides that back is the best way forward. Soumaré feeds Mavididi. He's in a good position here. And once again, just looks for that lofted pass towards the far post. Good to see him in those positive attacking positions Just need to tighten up on that decision making.
Well, again, look, he finds his space, takes 1, 2, well, 3 touches before he makes his mind up on what he's going to do.
Daka. No foul. Insigne. Well, this time the whistle does go. Filippo Ranocchia brought to the ground. Good position for Palermo. And Filippo Ranocchia is over this set piece for the Sicilians. There's plenty of frames to get the ball up and down and over. Well, he did manage to get it up and down and over, but thankfully the wrong side of Mads Manson's post.
Yeah, well, Mads was rooted to the spot. Let's be clear about that. Whether or not he knew that was going wide, we can only speculate. It's a decent effort from Ranocchia. It gets it up over. You know, if it hits a target, it's in the net. That is for sure.
It's loose from Lucioni. Mavididi. Now Ndidi, and Mavididi's in. And he lifts it over Gomes. And went for the spectacular. It was met with some stern Palermo defending. Well, Mavididi not afraid to try something special, and it very nearly came off. Ndidi, some space to work with here. Fatawu. Daka, saved by Gomes. Well, Patson Daka's not really been able to send away a tester, but he did there.
Yeah,
Gomes equal to it.
That's better, and it's better from Fatawu as well. He's had a difficult evening as well, so the full-backs took his task, but a lovely little way to pass. You know, to Patson Daka, and what the weight in that pass enables him is to hit it first time.
Daka. Abdul Fatawu inside and arcing an excellent pass towards Justin. And Mavididi is there, and he slashes it wide via a deflection. But Leicester's patience very nearly paying off there in pre-season.
It's a great move from Leicester there. Again, Mavididi does exactly the right thing. You know, one touch of control.
Fatawu delivers, and Ndidi rises. So does Ranocchia. He's come here for Winks. Okoli's in there, and it'll agonisingly drift wide of the far post. Well, again, a Palermo player with the final touch, but Okoli, after scoring an own goal midweek, might have got himself a conventional one this time around.
Yeah, again, what a beautiful cross that is from Harry Winks. Okoli comes in at the back post, brave defending you have to say, from Palermo there.
To his task.
He was excellent last season, Hansa, when he played. And, well, he was vital. Oh.
Well, that's what pre-season is all about, getting those sorts of problems out of your system. And smiles on Sicilian faces. A glum look on those in blue. But it's all about learning at this stage of pre-season. And Leicester, who have dominated this second half, now find themselves behind.
He's got under control, Ricardo. Just a little lapse of concentration. And it's Di Francesco.
Chowdhury. Winks. Okoli. Justin with room to deliver. Well, once again, Ndidi occupying those spaces in the penalty area. Same outcome as the first half, a header that drifts wide, but before long he'll find the target.
Yeah, again, it's good play. I'm just having a look at that Mavididi chance again.
The 20 is the absolutely giant figure of Thomas Henry, who's on loan at the club for the season. Fatawu, well, just ran out of room to guide it into the far corner, so near post was his only option. And Gomes was smart to the effort, got down low and smothered. Well, that's that for another 90 minutes of pre-season for Leicester City. Steve Cooper's side beaten on the night here in Chesterfield by Palermo, beaten by an unfortunate error as Federico Di Francesco slotted home after Ricardo Pereira could not control the ball. But overall, a positive exercise. Plenty of performances to please Steve Cooper, who on Wednesday against Shrewsbury said there was a lot he did like and a lot he didn't. Certainly plenty to be happy with tonight, and plenty to work with too as Leicester move on to their next test. Italian opposition ticked off, on to the French and the Germans in the coming weeks before that curtain raiser of the Premier League season against Tottenham Hotspur. In the end, defeat in pre-season for Leicester City, but as we all know, results at this stage of a campaign are by no means the most important thing. Final score here in Chesterfield, it finishes Leicester City 0, Palermo 1.